Okay, now we're unmuted. How you doing, Will?
Good.
Good, man. Let's go ahead and change this background here. Cool.
So we're live.
We are live. Okay,
And
which
you
way
did
should I go
not
here?
tell me.
Okay, so I'll go this
And you
way.
did not tell me.
We'll change this to be right there. Okay, so even though we're in the same office,
He decided to use two cameras.
ouch. Okay, maybe we should do separate. We should do separate stuff next time.
Yes.
All right, let's just make sure that people can hear us. Can people hear us? Okay, yeah, it looks like they can hear us just fine.
And as you may have noticed, this episode we have a new office that we're doing a live show in.
Yep. It's a little different. Our main office is. Let me mute your mic when you do that. Go ahead and scoot it. Okay, that's better. All right.
So right now the office we're in is under construction, and we're making some new rooms and everything.
Yep.
We're replacing some stuff.
Yep, and we're gonna have our own studio.
Mm-hmm.
To
And
get
Dad's
things
office
done in?
and my dad's office will be bigger than everyone else's.
Not as dirty as this one, because
yeah,
there's a
you
lot of
can't
stuff
tell.
thrown. There's a lot of stuff thrown around in here.
Yeah, but you can't tell. But this desk right over there is kind of like a little bit of a mess.
It's a little bit of a mess. We've had a little bit of a. We had to do a little improv because on our way down here we realized we forgot our computer.
Yeah, so this isn't our dad's computer.
But hey, we're making it work and it's a lot of fun, right?
It is. And luckily you were able to access your profile.
That's right. That's because we like to be resourceful. You want to scoot your mic again?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead. All right. I think we can hear you just fine though, Will.
Yeah, I know. I just like to sound like...
But do you like our new setup? I mean, take a look at the banner on top. Isn't that kind of cool?
I like that.
Yeah. Check this out. You're going to like this too. Our new like and comment section right here. Ooh.
But I
be sure
like
to subscribe.
That tech.
The tech one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like this one?
Yeah, that.
That one's okay.
Like that.
That one's okay. All right, hand me one of those books over there.
Oh, the 10X Kids?
Yep.
10X Kids, with Grant Cardone's help, we're gonna,
Go ahead with Grant Cardone's help.
10X Kids is going to help Kid Leadership, and Kid Leadership is gonna help 10X Kids.
That's right.
We're like working together.
That's right. So with Glover Charities, we got our 10X Kids curriculum. They sent over about 15 books. So we're going to start doing cohorts on helping kids think bigger and do things 10X is really what it is.
10 times as big.
10 times as big.
That's what 10X means.
That's right. That's right. So today our topic that we're going to be talking about, what's our topic today, Will?
Is thinking out of the box.
Thinking out of the box.
Thinking bigger.
Thinking bigger. Okay. So what does that mean, thinking bigger?
It means trying to see the bigger picture and not just the small picture inside the box.
Okay.
We want to think outside the box and see the bigger picture.
That's right. You might want to look at the camera and tell them that too. So it could be that. It could be thinking bigger. Let me go ahead and do this. We're going to switch sides because when I look over at you, now we look at each other. Okay.
I had to look over there to actually look at you.
Oh, wait. I think I have a... All right.
Yeah.
We're also using a little bit of different equipment than our Rodecaster. So
the this is a smaller Rodecaster.
That's right.
Smaller.
It's a Zoom P4 is what we're using right now.
And Dad doesn't seem to like it that much.
I don't like it as much, but that's because it is portable. So there's things I like about it.
Mm-hmm. Like camping trips. You could use it on camping trips.
That's exactly why I got it, is so that we could do podcasts on camping trips.
Because the last time we did a podcast on a camping trip,
out in the middle of nowhere.
That was really pixely.
Yeah.
Like really squares.
Yeah, that was that was last summer, and that was in the Black Hills by Mount Rushmore.
Black Hills.
Yep.
Yeah. We even saw around Mount Rushmore with our cousins.
That's right. We did. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our questions real quick. Okay. So, Will, why don't people think bigger?
Well, my opinion is that, well, I don't know really.
Okay. I think people don't think bigger is because they don't know that there are things that are bigger.
You're right.
Okay. So if
They
you
don't know what's
so think-
outside of that
so
box.
think about a fish in a fish tank, right?
It doesn't know what's outside.
It doesn't know what's outside. It may be dangerous what's outside.
Or it may be useful.
Okay. So if you grow up your entire life in a 10-gallon fish tank
Mhm.
and a shark, for example, you have a shark and you put them in a 5,000-gallon tank.
That's
Okay.
pretty big.
It's pretty big, but not big for a shark. Because what are sharks used to?
Sharks are used to the big wide
The
ocean.
big wide ocean. And so sharks and a lot of different fish, because I grew up with fish tanks, remember?
They'd grow to the size of where they can still move around.
That's
in the
right. They
water.
grow to the size of their tank.
Almost to the size of their tank. They
Well,
still want to
they
be able
don't
to
expand
move.
to the full size, but like if I have a 10-gallon tank, if I put the same fish in a 10-gallon tank and then put that fish again in a 500-gallon tank,
He'll grow bigger.
he'll grow bigger in that tank, but he'll stop growing in a 10-gallon tank. Does that make sense?
And when it comes time, he'll stop growing in that
Mhm.
bigger tank.
So sometimes our environment prevents us from thinking bigger,
You're right.
right? Because our circle of friends that we're around, the people we hang out with,
Mhm.
a lot of times we think like they do. Okay.
You're right.
So a lot of times in order to think bigger, you've got to get into different environments, different circles.
Like friends.
Mm-hmm.
When you first meet friends, you're not exactly the same, but eventually you get to know them
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
why don't
sorry.
you mute me?
Sorry, I was going to move your mic like this so I can see your pretty little face better. There you go.
Next time, warn me
So-
when you mute me.
There's a lot of technical issues going on here. I am so sorry. So hopefully, okay. All right, good. So what about your goals? I think a lot of times people don't think bigger because they're not setting high enough goals.
They're not setting big enough goals. And if they do, they should try to increase it 10 times as big. See what I did there?
Oh,
Do the drums. Do the
Oh,
drums.
the drums. Oh, nice. I like that.
10 times as big.
Because that's what
10.
10x, 10 times, 10x.
10
For those
times
who
as
haven't
big.
done multiplication yet, 10x means 10 times.
10 times.
Right.
You're counting.
So what does 10x mean?
Well,
So
10x.
so 10
is-
times, what is that?
It means that whenever you do something and you want to do it 10 times as good,
Look at the
10
camera.
times better, that's basically 10x.
Okay. So if I'm wanting to raise $100 for Glover Charities,
Mhm.
how much should my goal be?
10 times is bigger.
That's
10
right.
times bigger as that.
So 1,000,
Yes.
right? So $1,000. If I'm wanting to raise $1,000, I should be trying to raise
$10,000.
$10,000, right? So it means our goal might be 1, but the actions we take are 10 times what it would take. So if I'm trying to raise $100 for Glover Charities,
You should think 10
I'm
times
thinking
bigger.
the activities I'm going to do is I'm trying to actually reach $1,000 or 10,000 or $1 million, right? And so that's what 10x means is my actions are going to be 10 times the amount I have to do to raise my goal.
Mhm.
Okay. And so if I'm wanting to, what's one of your goals that you have this year?
Well,
Look at the camera.
I think to improve these videos,
Okay.
do some different stuff every time. And
Okay.
try to, if we like one, improve it 10 times.
Good. We'll get an audience clap for that one. It almost sounds like rain.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't really like that audio sound very good.
Yeah, we'll change that.
Yeah.
It does sound like
Sam
that.
got a hold of this, and so some of it got erased. Some of this stuff.
I thought that was on the Roadcaster, not
That
this
too.
one.
Well, I'm missing A and B here, but I got C and D. But
Which are those two?
yeah, which is the drums.
And the rain.
Well, it's supposed to be clapping, an audience clapping. That's what came with the podcast.
What do you think it sounds like? Let us know down in the comments.
Good. That's right. We should be telling people to actually put in their comments. Let's see, where are we streaming to? We're streaming to Facebook, my personal
YouTube?
Facebook page. We're
Streaming to YouTube.
to YouTube. We're streaming to Paramount Leadership's website. We're streaming to Twitter
Yes.
and Glover Charities.
If
Facebook
you're watching
page.
this on Twitter, please go to YouTube and find all the rest of our videos.
Oh, that's right. They can actually go to kidleadership.com. Let me see right here. If they go to kidleadership.com, that
Mhm.
goes to the Kid Leadership page on Paramount Leadership, and it has all the videos, all the podcast episodes, and it even has links to your own personal bios.
And yours.
No, just yours.
Really?
Oh yeah, people are sick and tired of hearing from me, I think.
Let us know in the comments if that was funny, true, or false.
It's so true. Okay. All right. So let's get back. So 10X is thinking bigger. So writing down goals. What are some of your goals? So you said to make the show better.
By
Okay.
10 times every time we do a show.
So
Like
if-
have it 10 times better every show we do.
Okay. So if we're wanting to, for example, increase our audience, what
We
are some
want to do
actions?
something new.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do something exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do off trails.
Off trails, like camping. You're thinking about
Yeah.
camping again, aren't you?
Kind of.
We'll be going
But I
camping
mean, like,
soon.
go off topic sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, we want to make it fun and exciting to watch
And interesting.
and interesting.
Makes you want to go on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. I agree. Okay. So what other actions would you take to improve this show? So make it more interesting. Play some games.
Get rid of that static.
Yeah, there is a little bit of static, but that would mean turning off your microphone because your microphone is the one that has it.
Unmute me.
So we'll have to figure out the static there. Okay.
Yeah.
What
We'll
else?
fix that.
What else could we do
Hmm.
to increase to better the show? I think consistency, more episodes, right? So our
Mhm.
last episode we did was maybe a month and a half ago.
And we haven't been that consistent on it that much.
Yeah, so we probably should improve that a little bit, shouldn't we?
Yes, but right now with the office under construction, it's kind of hard.
Well, so we're still doing a show now though, and and our
This
office
is
is
the only
down.
office that's pretty much not torn apart.
Yeah, everything else.
It's
In
completely
fact, outside the door, you
trashed.
can see some sticks. Up on the roof right here. Half the roof is torn out right there.
A little bit.
Yep. So our office is down to the sticks, but that doesn't mean that we still can't do more episodes.
Metal bars.
Metal bars. Yeah,
They're
that's
about
right.
they're about to do the electricity,
That's right.
and then they're gonna do the insulation and walls.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe we could show everyone a tour of the office.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But that's something we would more do on our social media. So something we could also do
Right.
to increase the show is to also do more social media posts. So we're not necessarily doing an episode like this.
We're just doing like a, hey.
Well, showing our personal lives a little bit more, right? Things that we build out of the Legos that you build,
Oh yeah, I
That'd be
made some
kinda
pretty
cool.
cool vehicles out of them.
right? But some of your fans in Australia and in Europe, for example, have wanted to see more of Kid Leadership doing other stuff besides just our episodes. And so maybe
Mhm.
what we do is, I don't know, we do more on our Instagram page,
Hmm.
right? Maybe just quick little snippets, or even do a live show on Instagram, because right now we can't live stream to Instagram right now just because Instagram only allows you to live stream directly from their platform.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
something. Okay, so what other goals do you have?
Well, I want to do like my goal. Well, I want another one.
You want
So
another
I
one,
want
what?
to do like a little thing of like only us personal, like get to know Will or get to know
Mm.
you. I want to
Okay.
do that on Kid Leadership.
Okay. So what would we get to know about?
We'd get to know about
Each of the hosts?
me and
okay.
you.
What about
But
some having
then
some
what about-
guests?
Yeah, like Derek and Owen, and eventually some friends,
That's right. Friends, cousins,
family.
family members, right? There's a lot of things that we could do to help increase the show. So what we should do is we should be writing these down, right? Actions
Right.
to take to increase
Now,
the
where's
show.
some free paper?
There's a pen right there.
Yes, here's a pen, but where's paper?
Okay, let's find some of this random junk. Here. That looks kind of weird on the show. Okay, go ahead and use this envelope right here.
How about you do the writing? You do way better.
No, it's got to be you. These aren't my goals. These are your goals. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we talked about increasing the audience, or your goal right now is to
10 times the audience.
improve kid leadership. Right. So 10 times the audience.
Drum roll. Drum thingy.
Drum drink. There we go. There we go. And if you guys have questions or comments, leave them down in the comments wherever you are. We can highlight those comments here. So for example, we're on StreamYard. We can pop them up like this, and this is what they would kind of look like. Although I don't really like that layout. Let's see what other kind of layout we can do while you write that down. Oh no, that's the layout I like compared to what they have for us. Okay, so 10 times the audience, right? So some actions, invite more people. So collaboration is a big part of leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you can't reach the most people if you just do it all by yourself.
Exactly.
A lot of
That's
times
why
you have
we have
something-
both of us.
Well, yeah, but there's also something called collaboration where we work together, right?
Cooperation.
Right. So we could find other podcasters, other people who run their own shows, and have them guest on our show. And then we go guest on their show, and it makes people look at both of our shows and see which one they like better. That could increase your audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it could also decrease your audience.
well, if you're horrible at it, but you're pretty likable person. So write down collab. Just spell it however you want to spell it, because you're going to understand that. And also, I don't want to tell everyone I don't know how to spell it either. All right. Very cool. All right. So we collaborate. Okay. What about social media? Social media is great because that's free, right? It doesn't cost us anything to do social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else? What else did we talk about? Improving the show. So consistency. So doing more shows.
Mm-hmm. Can write that down real quick.
Good. So these kind of, instead of saying doing more shows, you could say something a little bit more specific, make it more of a SMART goal, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can say, I'm going to do it one show a week for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that actually gives us a hard number, right? 53 episodes a year, 52, 53-ish, depending, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a lot of episodes for a kid. That's a lot, even for me, even on my other shows that I have, Legacy Owners Live and Business Owners Live. I don't.
And you
really
pretty
doing
much
that.
run the whole company.
Yeah.
You do a lot of work.
Yeah. There's a lot of work. We have about 13 nonprofits,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have a couple of for-profit companies that we run, but having those live shows and getting in front of more and more people like that will help our businesses, because instead of having weekly meetings with each individual person, we can have a large broadcast.
And anyone in the comments who
Look in the camera right there.
and anyone in the audience who wants to join and be on this, just let us know down in the comments. Give us your phone number so we can call you and set up a time.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
And then we can get to a video. You can ask if you want a video or just a listening one with no video.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes we
Just
do
the voices.
live shows like this.
And sometimes we do ones that like only you listen to,
Mhm.
which are also down at kidleadership.com. You can see all the videos. Some of them are the ones that you can obviously see they're the ones that you can listen to.
Right. So everything that we do live on video, we put on the podcast, and that's available everywhere, right? Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I think most of the people who have watched this usually go to YouTube.
Okay,
Usually
so
see it on
so
YouTube.
podcasts are for listening only, right? And so sometimes people listen to it while they do their chores. Right now, one of the most top listened devices is an Amazon Echo for Kid Leadership. So people sometimes are listening to Kid Leadership while they clean their room, or while they go to bed, or something. Maybe we're just so boring that people listen to us so that they can go to sleep. Who knows, right?
Or listen to it on road trips,
That's right. They can.
like we do sometimes.
That's right. We listen to a lot of stuff on road trips, don't we?
Mhm.
That's right. I'll look at the camera every now and then and smile because we're having a good time. All right. Good. All right. So we talked about thinking bigger. That's our topic. So let's
Out of the box.
out of the box thinking, right? So how else can kids think outside the box besides doing bigger thinking?
Well, one way is to say you were mean to your brother today.
Okay.
You should go to them, say sorry, and play with them. And then you could say they're a really good drawer. They could help you do some stuff. And then you say they're bad at math. You could help them with their math, but
Okay.
not completely do it for them. Just help them with some of the problems.
Okay. Well, that's more like being kind, right? But being creative,
Mhm.
right? Thinking outside the box. It also kind of depends on our personality of what kind of creative thinking do we have. I
Mhm.
think you definitely are more creative than some of your brothers,
Mhm.
right?
Your imagination can be the limit. The
That's
sky's
right.
not the limit.
Your
Your imagination is the limit.
That's right. That's good. That's good. I'm going to put you down on that. I'm going to quote that. I'm going to put that on Instagram. That's pretty nice. Well, good. Anything else that you can do to think bigger? So I think writing down your goals every day, right?
You're right. Mhm.
Okay. So sometimes our goals determine how big we're thinking. Okay.
Mhm.
So what would be the biggest goal you can think of?
The biggest goal I can think of?
Mm-hmm.
We might have to do another episode for that. Just kidding. My biggest goal is to improve this show as much as possible.
Okay.
Like 1,000 times better.
1,000 times better. It's going to be, because if you
Mhm.
saw what I know, what's going into the studio, it's going to be an awesome studio, guys. It's going to be like professional grade stuff, like new studio kind of thing. Okay. All right. So thinking big. Okay. Let's see. Another way to think big is, for example, I want to be the best husband and father I can be.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's kind of,
And work takes up a lot of time.
it does, but that's kind of generic, right?
Mhm.
If I set a goal saying I'm going to be the best father and husband I can be, that's not something I can really measure. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down that goal. And I'm going to say, okay, how many hours do I work? At least 40 to 50 hours a week, if not 80 hours a week sometimes, right?
And usually Saturdays and Sundays are the days you get off.
Mhm.
Only
So
weekends.
instead of working late during the week,
you should work early
I should go to work early.
and do more.
So I can
that
do more
during
work.
during the end of those 5 days, you can spend a lot more time because you got a lot more done during the first Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Well, if I go to work while you guys are asleep,
You could get
then
a lot more done and come home sooner.
well, right. So the time I'm at work, you're unconscious. You don't know I'm gone, right?
Mhm.
But if I'm working late, you know I'm gone,
Mhm.
right? And then when I get home, there's only a few hours until you guys go to bed.
Mhm.
So what if I went to
But
work
when
early?
we wake up, we kind of know that you've probably left because we have a window that can see your car.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Sam always busts into your room in the
And he
morning.
screams. But that's my point though, is I could be at work for already 3 to 4 hours by the time you guys wake up. My day's already halfway over
By the time
you
we
wake
wake
up. So that means I could leave work earlier.
And then you could come home for lunch.
Well, I could come
For
home,
a little
period.
Mhm.
If I went to work earlier, right? Now, obviously, there's some limitations on that because I have to be at home a certain
And
times.
sometimes you get like surprised and like,
Mhm,
hey, can
meetings
you
and-
do this? And remember that when one of our family members asked, oh, my tilt's wrong. Could you help?
My what's wrong?
No, like remember when one of our family members, I don't want to mention her name. so-
Okay.
and she said, hey, can you help me fix the tilt on my computer? I'm afraid it's gonna fall.
Oh. that was funny. They couldn't fix it. Okay, we're gonna turn down your mic a little bit because that's obviously a little loud. Okay, right. Okay, but yeah, so there are things that can come up, but that gives me more probability, right? More
Mhm.
chances to come home early and spend more time. So
Mhm.
being and then when I'm home, another goal of mine is to be off of my phone,
Mhm.
right? So that when
Off devices.
when I'm at home and with you guys, I'm present mentally, physically, emotionally, right? So that's another goal. So that's me starting to try and think bigger.
Like,
right?
say you want to
Expand my
do,
view.
like, you don't want to do it for, like, say you get on it. You only want to do a limited amount of time. If you go over that time, you can't do any tomorrow,
That's right.
except for when you're at work.
That's right.
And when you come home, all devices must be taken away
Mm.
by your kids truly.
Yeah, but you're not. That doesn't mean you're gonna be able to go on Amazon.
I know.
Okay, so that's another example of thinking bigger. So instead of saying, "I want this show to be 1,000 times better," like you have to think of a way to measure that. So another way to measure that is how many people watch the show live versus how many people watch the show on record. Okay. But then also, what else? What other goals do you have besides the show? Don't even think about the show. What else?
My goals outside the show?
Uh-huh.
Be a better older brother. I am the oldest, as some
Okay.
of you know and some of you don't. Some of you, this is your first episode.
Could be.
So those of you who don't, I'm the oldest of 3 other brothers. There's Owen, there's Derek, who is next in line to me.
Just gonna check the sound on this.
Can people hear that?
This is what they're seeing live. Okay, good. Okay, so what else?
Well, there's also
So
Sam.
You want to be a better, bigger brother? Okay.
Better older brother.
Better older brother.
And a better oldest son.
Okay. Okay, so how
To
would
you and Mom.
how would you measure that though?
Well, I've already done a lot. I even cleaned our bathroom. As some of you know, usually Saturdays are our cleaning days.
Yeah. Saturdays
and yard
usually.
work. I
Okay.
cleaned our bathroom next to our room without being asked.
That's right. That was really good. So besides chores, what else? So chores is the one way to do it?
Yesterday, I mowed the front lawn.
Okay. So besides chores, there's also your schoolwork, getting your schoolwork done.
And we have a system that we have to finish our schoolwork before 10 o'clock.
Okay, because we homeschool.
And our phones and tablets unlock at 8.
So you have 2 hours. So for 2 hours, you guys do math, reading, Spanish.
We only do Khan Academy and Duolingo's on our phone. Then I have goals on my phone, like tasks. Like
Good.
read a book, go to the park,
That's
play
right.
with my friends.
Okay, so another way you can think bigger is actually write down your tasks and your goals, right? So tasks is another big one.
And add one every day.
Okay. You can there's only a certain amount of time you have in the day, right? But you look at all the successful people in the world, okay? They have the same amount of time as you do when it comes to getting things done, right? And so if they all have the same amount of time as you do, then you should be able to maximize your time better, right? So thinking bigger, see, that's something that you can do to think bigger now is, how do I maximize my time? Because you can always go out and make more money and read more books,
but you want to minimize it to the least amount of time so you can
just maximize your time.
Still be with your family and friends.
So like me coming home from work, to maximize my time there, I'm going to put my phone away because I want my attention.
And you want to finish
you
want to finish everything that you have to do fast enough so you have even more time.
Yeah, good.
And usually when we go to bed, you do a little bit more. So
yeah, when you guys go to bed, I do a little bit more work because there's a lot to do. So
and it gets you a little more time tomorrow.
That's right.
And it just keeps repeating that cycle.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. We're about 35 minutes into the show.
Wow, we've already done half an hour?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, I thought we've only been doing it for like 10 or 20 minutes.
Yeah. So
time is short. Time can feel short when you're having fun.
That's right. Are you having fun? Good.
That's why I thought it was 10 or 20 minutes.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show, but I want to encourage everybody, go to kidleadership.com. Learn more about this kid right here. He's on there. You can get his contact information from there. Follow us on Instagram. Kidleadership.com has all of that information that you're going to want to see. We're going to be doing a lot more with the 10X kids. We're developing a program right now for kids and then also for youth called Impact Leadership. So Kid Leadership, Impact Leadership, Paramount Leadership for adults, right? But we're
also go to paramount.com to know more about him.
ParamountCorporate.com. Okay, but 10X Kids, we're going to start putting these to work so that kids can start thinking bigger, be better leaders for tomorrow. So that's all we have for now. Be sure, if you guys liked the show today, be sure to subscribe wherever Kid Leadership is available.
And comment.
Okay,
And
we'll do this
press
one.
that notification bell so you know when we do more live streams like this.
Yes, absolutely. And we should be doing it every Saturday, right? So that more kids can watch.
But sometimes we aren't able to because usually we don't do stuff on Friday. Just schoolwork.
Once we have our studio up, maybe we'll do it during the week.
Once we have the entire office here.
That'd be cool. All right, Will, go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.
Another reminder, tell us if you want to be on the show in the comments below.
Awesome. Also, kidleadership.com has a form on there too. They can send a request.
Well, see you till next video. Bye.
Bye.